What is in my camera bag 2025? I have always wanted to make one of these videos. I have a photo shoot that I'm going to tomorrow that might turn into a bit of a video shoot at the same time. It's more of a fun one than a brand one or like a professional one. So we're gonna pack my bag and I'm gonna kind of show you all the essential gear that kind of lives in my camera bag. A lot of this gear changes and a lot of this gear is dependent on what needs to be done, what the job is. However, this is the gear that kind of lives in my bag. Obviously, I'm not sponsored and I'll happily talk bad about any brand that I don't like. I'll happily tell you the brands of the gear that I'm using because they're brands that I actually like and the gear is gear that is useful. Let's start with the camera bag. Oh my God, Matt, you don't have like a low pro or a Peter McKinnon bag? Nope, nope. I have a cheap bag from Amazon. You're going to notice a trend. I have a cheap bag from Amazon, but I love this bag. I have had this bag, I think 6 years now. I absolutely love it. It has everything I'd ever need in a camera bag, and I actually like the way that it looks. I've carried this bag kind of everywhere. I've done trips to Iceland with it, Ireland with it. I was in Ireland this year with this bag. It's gone with me on all kinds of brand shoots, Utah, everything like that. And it just does everything I need a bag to do. Okay, so I got this bag in 2022. It is a $90 bag, currently on sale for $57. And yet I love this bag. It has everything that I need. It fits everything that I need. Including like my larger laptop. But let's go over it. So, and that's it. That's what's in the bag. Nothing. You don't need anything to be a photographer. Gear is useless. I'm joking. So what we're actually gonna do is we're actually gonna pack the bag for the shoot tomorrow, and I'm gonna go over everything. So starting off, main thing, camera. My main camera has always been the A7 III. Since I got it back in 2018, A7 III. However, we have upgrades, we've made upgrades, people. I now have an A7 IV, but you are right there. For now, the A7 III is a stand-in. I do usually bring the A7 III as my backup body because it's kind of like my go-to camera. It is like my best friend. And I have a tilter half cage on it. So the half cage means it doesn't go all the way around the camera. It's stopped at half. It has an auger plate on the bottom and I lost the screw, and that is the most heartbreaking thing, is that I lost this little screw attachment, so I might need to buy a new one of those. I have Peak Design anchors on the side because I love to use the Peak Design strap and the cuff. Currently, I don't have like a crazy lens on here. I typically always have a 50. 50 is my go-to focal length. I use it for basically everything. Call me boring, and that's where that sentence ends. Just call me boring. But I just like the focal length. It's a focal length that I'm very comfortable with, and it's just a very standard focal length for getting that creamy bokeh look. However, this is not a standard lens. This is a vintage film lens that I have adapted for my camera. This is a Minolta 50mm 1.7. which means that it's also not autofocus, it's all manual focus. I have these gears on there because sometimes I like to use it for video, and I have a video coming out soon. I say that, I've been working on this video for about 8 months now, but I have a video coming out hopefully soon, with me comparing a bunch of 50mm lenses to show you the characteristics that I look for. This Minolta 50mm lens is probably my favorite lens in my entire collection. It is just a gorgeous lens, and the images it produces have so much character, and it's also just a great quality lens. All right, and that is going to live right there. Beautiful. Backup lens. So right here I have a Sony 85mm 1.8. I'll usually have some kind of 85mm with me. I have another one that I love to use as well. I also have this. It is the Samyang Cine VAF 75 T1.9, and I actually bought this from another YouTuber, funnily enough, Evan. You make great videos, by the way. Keep doing that. like genuinely. But I love this line of lenses. I have the 75mm, 45mm, and 35mm. One day I'll get the 24mm, and one day I'll get the 100mm. But for now, 35, 45, and 75 is kind of all I really need. I love these lenses for two reasons. Kind of the main reasons that advertise to you. The 75 and the 45, they are both the exact same size, apart from the lens cap that I have, and I'll explain that in a second. They're both the exact same size, weight, and heft, and the reason that's great is because if you're doing gimbal work, you don't ever have to rebalance them, and they're just really good lenses. I really like them. They have a little bit of character to them, and once again, I have another video explaining that, but I just really like these lenses. The 85mm will end up in the bag, but for now, I'll kind of show you that all of my lenses have a step-up ring on them. And that step-up ring takes them all to 72mm, right? Now that does two things. Number one, all of my lens caps fit every lens I have, which is a blessing. They all fit. But it also means one more thing, and it's to do with this right here. This is the K&F Concept ND filter 2 to, is it 2 to 400? Might be 2 to 400. Yeah, 2 to 400 ND filter. However, it does have a little bit of a diffusion as well. So what does this do? If you're new to camera stuff, an ND filter is basically required if you're ever trying to do anything cinematic. It kind of acts as sunglasses for your lens. And this one is a variable ND filter, so you can actually change the amount of ND by rotating the lens. Now here's the thing. These can get expensive as you get to the high quality ones and as you get to better ones. So having all my lenses have a $7 step-up ring that makes it so that this filter and any filter I have can go on any of my lenses is just a quality of life feature that I just like to have. Okay, I get to nerd out real quick. This is a Peak Design camera pouch, and oh my God, do I love these things. I have 3 of them. This is my essentials kit. So let's break it down. This just has a bunch of accessories in it that I deem kind of necessary and great backups for kind of any shoot. So let's run through it real quick. Number 1, battery charger. This battery charger has 2 batteries in it, and it also has spot for SD cards, and you can charge it using USB, USB micro, and it also has an output, so it'll turn this into an actual like storage bank, like a little energy bank. Everything that I own has this little sticker on it of my logo. Basically, when you're on set with a bunch of people who use the same kind of gear as you, it's very easy to misplace gear, especially batteries. So putting your sticker or putting some kind of mark on the batteries is the way to go. Same thing with SD cards, especially. So there's that. Also in here, I have like a super long audio cable extender. It's come in handy once or twice, just kind of feeding audio somewhere far. If you have like a boom pole or something like that, and you're just trying to get audio out, and that kind of leads into the next thing, which is this beauty right here, the Deity D4 Duo. This little mic is absolutely fantastic. As you can see, it is absolutely tiny. And the D4 Duo has 2 mics, this side and this side. And you can and what you can do is you can set it to either record this end or both ends, right? And it has an input and an output. The input is super helpful too, because you can kind of flow audio through it and then flow audio back out of it. So it's kind of like an in-between device sometimes as well. I have used this to record podcasts on the fly. I've used this to record vlogs. I have used this as a boom. This mic is endlessly going to live in my camera bag. It's just perfect for whenever you need it. I think it's like $100, if that. Let me double check. This mic is $40. It's $40, and it does everything that I kind of need just an on-camera mic to do, which is where this comes in, because you can pop that in there and mount that to the top of your camera and use it as some kind of on-camera. So I have all those audio cables there. I then have a little lens cleaning pen, which also has a brush on the end. I've got a cleaning solution in there in case you need to clean, your lenses. I've got a little blower, and then I've got the wind socks for the D4 Duo. So once again, you just pop the dead cat on there and all wind noise is completely gone. And then I have this little interesting thing right here. So I'm working on doing this for everything, but for now, it's mostly every charger that I have. Every single battery charger I have has one of these little kind of adapters right here. And it basically makes it so that any of these purple cables that I have can just magnetize onto the charger and it'll charge anything in there. It's USB on this end and it's super long charge. I think it's 6 foot. No, it's like 4 foot. Basically what it means is any of my batteries can be charged with one cable, which is great. One day, everything that could possibly be charged will have that adapter in it, and I can charge everything using those tiny little magnetic mounts, because there's nothing worse than grabbing a piece of gear, pulling it, accidentally not realizing that it's plugged in, and then everything goes on the floor. That happened literally an hour ago. A remote for my Sony camera, it's a little remote shutter. It also does super long exposure photography. It just holds the shutter down, which is great. All right, I have boom and boom. I have I think these are the original Rode Wireless Go's. Matt, why do you have some super outdated wireless mics in your camera bags at all time when you have about 3 other sets of wireless mics? I mainly use these as a huge backup if nothing else is working. If nothing else works, if everything breaks, I have these. And the other reason why I really like them is they have a mic input jack. So why that's good is if I have that D4 Duo set up on a light stand off to the side and I need to wirelessly feed that audio into my camera, I can either use that super long audio cable that I have, or I can pass it through these. Is it 32-bit float? No. Do you need 32-bit float all the time? Absolutely not. Does it wirelessly send an audio signal from one place to another? Yeah, in that case, I'll keep it. That is my emergency camera pouch. I love this thing. And that slots in the bag right there. And that will just kind of slot right there. And honestly, that works better anyway, because I want easy access to the batteries. I don't want to have to open my bag, go through a mini pouch, take that out, blah, blah, blah. Don't want any of that. These, the Hollyland Lark M2Ss. You've been listening to them the whole time, it's right there. Hello. Basically, I used to have the Hollyland Mark IIs in there at all times. I saw these were on sale, picked them immediately, loved them immediately. They live in my bag. I don't often need wireless audio, but when I do, I have the capabilities for it. SD cards. Mine are all out. I have an SD card wall where I put all my SD cards and I organize them and see what they're doing, but I have SD cards in the cameras, I'm not worried. This is an essential that lives in kind of any bag that I have and any bag that I kind of take anywhere. This is it's by the company Booty? I think it's Buddy, but it's a little charger that has multiple uses. So you basically have this singular C2C wire, right? And then you have these little accessories that kind of turn this C2C wire into any kind of charger that you can need. So lightning cable, micro USB, blah, blah, blah. It's great. Now, the USB-C to USB, I lost on the plane, but the replacement for it is over there charging something right now. So can't use that right now. But also you can plug it into the side right here, and it is a little micro SD card reader, as well as on the other side, it turns this entire thing into a wireless charger right there. I love to keep it in my bag as a just in case. I've used it many times. Boom, and that'll live right there. Another thing that I carry around is my drone. I am not out here doing 8K drone photography. I don't need 8K drones. I like to have a small drone that I can just pick up and go, that'll fly and take a picture and a video. So I have the DJI Mavic SE. Love this drone. It's tiny, it's small. I can put it in my pocket if I want to. I've crashed it about 7 times and completely destroyed it. You know what I do? I say, hey DJI, I have DJI care. And also, you have a very good repair policy. And so I just send it to them. I just got this one back, that's why it's still got all the stickers on it. I just got this one back because I crashed into a tree 3 months ago, and the entire repair cost me 70 bucks. This thing was destroyed. The limb was snapped off, the gimbal was not working, and it wouldn't fly. All the propellers were broken, 70 bucks. You know what? DJI, I like you as a company. I really do. Work with me, I know you won't. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the drone carefully in there. Oh, carefully, he says. And then we'll put the remote kind of on the side there. And the remote is the one that you plug your phone into, so it's super easy. That is everything that lives in the main body of the kit. This top pouch right here, I just put my laptop there. So I have an Asus ZenBook, the one with the screen pad right here. Do I recommend this laptop? No, not really. I bought it in 2018 and it's 2025 and it still works. It still edits photos, not fast, but to be fair, that's not on the laptop's fault. It's the fact that I've had this laptop for 7 years and, you know, I think it's just old hardware, new software. So that lives in there. The charger also lives in there, but to be honest with you, I'm not taking this tomorrow. I'm doing this purely for the video. I'll also chuck in a pair of headphones. So I just have these JBL noise canceling headphones. I love them. I think they're great. They kind of do everything that I need, which is play music well, play music with the decent clarity, and cancel out noise from people that I don't like. That'll just live in the top here. If I'm going out and doing some like remote work or working outside of my office and I'm working in an office or a coffee shop or something like that, I always love to bring a little mouse. This is the MX Master 3S with the side scroll wheel. I know they just came out with a new one. Will I get it? Probably not. This does everything that I need it to do. It scrolls horizontally on timelines for video editing. It has nice click and it has an infinite scroll that I mainly used to use for winning at repo back in the day. Also a hard drive. I've been using the Samsung T7s for years now. 2 terabytes, just about what I need. Basically what I do is I take a project and I put it on those SSDs. I work on those SSDs and do all the main work on there. And then once the main project is done, I've exported it and sent it to the client. I usually back up everything to my hard drive that's built into my PC. And then from there, I have a RAID drive that backs up everything every month. So yeah, why not back it up every week? I forget to back things up myself, so why the fuck should it remember? So there's that. And then the other thing that I'll do is I will basically zip that up, pop in that ND filter in the front here. And the reason I put it here is because I want easy access to it. I want to be able to take off that ND filter and put it back on often, so I want it within easy reach there. The other 2 things that live in this camera bag are I have this small rig little camera tool. I've gone through about 6 of these because I keep losing them, but they're great. They just have everything you need, a little screwdriver, a little flathead for doing the tripod screws, and then 3 standardized hex sizes or hex tools that are kind of just standard for all things camera related products. So I kind of just chuck that in there as well. Once again, I need it and like easy reach if I'm trying to dismantle things. The last thing is this tripod. This tripod is cheap. This tripod is shit. This tripod sucks. I still use it daily. It does what I need it to do, which is it holds the camera steady. You know, I can also unscrew this bit and turn it into like a monopod if I wanted to. Woo! I don't know. I've done it once. It's also a tripod that I can flip this top head around and it can mount underneath itself, which I've done for water photography before. Wow! I did replace the top head with a fluid mount, and I just like it a lot better for doing like video stuff rather than like a ball mount. So the ball mount is the traditional one you see where there's just a ball and then you tighten that and then it's kind of wibbly wobbly all over the place. I prefer to have a fluid head that has, you know, set directions, because I can do every direction, or I can lock this up and down and pan from side to side, or I can lock this side, the pan, and tilt up and down. I have a Arca Swiss clamp on top because then it quick releases to my camera. And then there's this little tripod slot on the side of the bag right there. And I never use it. I would much rather take this tripod, slap it in there, and then what I'll do is I'll take one of these little like Peak Design little camera anchor thingamadoos, and then on the side there is this little kind of catch there, just a little loop, and I will take it and I will tighten it, and then it's not going anywhere, and you know, I'll happily carry it around everywhere. And that's kind of it. That's what lives in my camera bag. It's not the best gear, it's not the most expensive gear, it's affordable, it's what I've accumulated over doing this for, God, 7 years now. You know, it's gear that works for me. Sometimes I will change what goes in here depending on the job. I have a Osmo Pocket 3 that's filming the top-down angle right now, and basically that will sometimes live in the bag as it did when I went to Ireland. Sometimes I'll chuck a second camera body in the top bit. Basically, that's all I would take with me on a small photo shoot or a small video shoot. Something just like content related, just to carry around, making sure I have tools to capture different things. But overall, just, you know, having some gear with me to kind of get the job done and get some good looking shots, basically. I am so excited though, because I've always wanted to make one of these videos, these what's in my gear bags, everything like that. And I have so many more videos coming soon, which I've been so excited to make for so many years now. As you can see, the studio is basically done. If you looked anywhere else, you'd see that it's an absolute mess, but the shooting space is ready to go. So I'm so excited to shoot more stuff here. I have that lens video coming out soon. I'm gonna do a studio tour soon. I'm also gonna do kind of like a how I built the studio, because I have been doing different studio builds now for about 1.5 years and not been happy with any of them. But this is the first studio that I'm really happy with. So either way, if you guys have any ideas or anything you want me to dive into a little bit more, let me know. But I've got ideas, I'm ready to make them. Let's just do it. Let's do it. I'm not gonna worry about if it's a perfect video anymore. I'm just gonna make it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh shit, there's production value now.